So, speaking of the sustainability aspect, I know that all of your products are in glass bottles and things like that. So, when you were developing the line, what was kind of, I think, the journey along those lines? Because again, I'm sure you probably got a lot of pushback as far as like, hey, just put it in a plastic bottle. It's easier to package and mail. So, what was that like for you then, at making sure that you were able to keep that sustainability message within the product line?
Well, I did a lot of research, and there's a lot of advantages for a business financially to utilize plastics. It's a lot less expensive. It's a lot easier to ship. There's all of these different things, but really, when I looked into it, the reality is if you utilize glass, glass is a natural. It actually comes from mica, so it comes from the earth. And so even if you throw it into, goes into the landfill, it will break down, within, I'd say, 1 to 2 years. Especially if it's broken, it goes right back into the ground because it is a natural, it's made out of the earth itself. And so we decided to go with glass. Also, the plastic lids that have mimic like almost like wood, those are all utilized with recycled plastic. All the inks that we use are friendly to the earth. So we really looked into all of that. Our packaging, our paper is all recycled paper. So really taking a look at mainly, I mean, everything's going to go into the landfill. That's reality. The question is that when it goes into the landfill, what happens to it? And the problem with plastic is it just does not break down. And that is going to be a real problem, and also a lot of even the clothing that we have. So Native Beauty wants to be very much looking out for our planet, looking out for what we call 7 generations. So something that sets us apart as Native Americans is that everything that we do with the thought of how does this affect 7 generations down the road. Just a little shout out to Nike. They actually have a brand called N7, which is just that. It's Nike 7, 7 generations. And they're looking at sustainable ways of making their tennis shoes and other clothing line, and they utilize native designers. So we're following along the lines of really bringing that forward. I think something too that a lot of people don't think about is beyond being sustainable is the philosophy that Native Americans have on beauty, because we have a very different view on beauty. I know I'm kind of going a different direction than sustainability, but I think this is really important because it does dovetail into how we view ourselves and how we view the planet.